Hong Kong is preparing to welcome the Year of the Horse with family reunions and visits to flower fairs.
Markets were busy as people stocked up on festive items, but this year there'll be no fresh chicken on the menu. ATV's Bolong reports.
Markets were packed early this morning as people shopped for items they need for family reunion dinners. But they had to do without fresh chicken this year. That's because a batch of imported chickens from across the border tested positive for the deadly H7N9 strain of the bird flu virus. More than 20,000 chickens at the Zhengsha wholesale market were slaughtered as a result, and a 3-week ban was imposed on the sale of imported and locally raised live chickens. Poultry stores were quiet today as vendors could sell only frozen poultry. The government should increase our compensation, said this stall owner who complained that earnings have plunged. If we can't sell chicken, we can't pay our rent. The bird flu scare made people cautious, even with frozen poultry. This woman says she bought a chicken for a prayer service and won't be eating it. While many people gave chicken stalls a miss, other vendors were raking in the money. Butchers, fishmongers and vegetable sellers all said profits were up from last year. Chief Executive Leung Chun-ying is not spending the Lunar New Year in Hong Kong, but he has recorded a festive message. He said while many families will be enjoying reunion dinners, there are those who need a helping hand. Leung paid tribute to volunteers who prepare food for the needy. In Sham Shui Po, some volunteers took Leung's message to heart and organised a festive meal for 200 elderly people, many of whom live on their own. The senior citizens were also given bags filled with rice and dried goods. Crowds flocked to Victoria Park today to make the most of the last day of operations at the city's biggest flower market. Toy horses were the best sellers as revellers hunted for good luck charms. Those buying flowers had to pay 20% more than last year because the harsh winter on the mainland damaged plants. But prices at the fair in Causeway Bay and other venues in Hong Kong were expected to be slashed before midnight. Tens of thousands of people are expected to welcome the horse as it gallops in at the stroke of midnight. There'll be special all-night transport services for them. Most MTR routes will remain open, while bus companies will run special services. Many Hong Kong people have left the city to spend the holiday weekend elsewhere. The airport was extra busy and trains to the mainland were full. Nearly 8 million people are expected to go through the city's control points during the festive period. Those staying at home have treats in store, including the fireworks display over the harbour on Saturday. There's also the spectacular New Year parade tomorrow night in Tsim Sha Tsui. More than 30 local and international groups practice today for the event. The performers include a cycling brass band from the Netherlands.
It's unique for us to be in Hong Kong. Like we wear typical Dutch costume and we wear wooden shoes. So to perform in Hong Kong, I think it's a privilege.
And there's a carnival group from the Caribbean. The Washington Redskins cheerleaders are also in town for a repeat performance.
I'm very excited to be here and I'm honored to be performing for Chinese New Year.
More than 100,000 people are expected to watch the parade, which begins at the Cultural Centre, then winds its way through the streets of Tsim Sha Tsui before ending at the Sheraton Hotel. Bolong, ATV News.